Are you constantly feeling pulled in a million directions? Your inner peace feeling, well, kind of elusive amidst all the notifications, the demands of modern life?
Yeah, it's a lot.
We know you're looking for knowledge that cuts through all that noise, giving you quick, profound insights. So today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that,
Mm.
how to find your anchor in this, fast-paced world. And we're guided by the wisdom of Prem Rawat.
That's right.
Our source material is his highly rated book, Hear Yourself, How to Find Peace in a Noisy World.
Exactly. And our mission for this deep dive really is to pull out the core wisdom from Rawat's work.
Okay.
We want to show how his unique approach helps us truly tune into our own inner voice, even with all the constant distractions around. We'll try and connect these ideas directly to your life, your experience.
And just for context, Prem Rawat, he's a renowned peace ambassador, right? Been doing this for decades.
Oh, yeah, over 5 decades,
Right.
dedicated to promoting inner peace globally. He was actually in Dublin back in summer 2023.
Right, I remember hearing about that.
And he's scheduled to return, which is great news, on July 27th, 2025. So that's a fantastic opportunity if you want to engage with him directly.
Good to know.
And he also has a new book out, Breath, which interestingly has already become an Irish Times bestseller.
Wow. Okay, so let's get into Hear Yourself. It's got, like you said, a high rating, 4.5 out of 5. What's the immediate feeling you get from it? What makes it stand out right from the start?
Well, right away, you really grasp the book's main purpose. It's an insightful guide. It's pushing you to quiet down that relentless external chatter and also that internal mental noise we all deal with,
Oh,
right?
yeah, the internal critic.
Exactly. And the ultimate goal is reconnecting with that deeper true self. It's about finding that core stability that often feels buried under everything else.
Okay, and this feels like where Rawat's message gets really interesting. He says true peace isn't like external stuff, possessions, achievements.
Right, not something you chase outside.
Yeah. But an internal experience. So how does he suggest we actually start accessing this internal peace, especially when the world is just so loud?
Well, he puts central importance on what he calls learning to listen, but not to others, importantly, but to oneself.
To oneself. Okay.
Yeah, he challenges us to consciously tell the difference between the constant noise of the world, social media pings, work stress, endless demands, and the quiet, sort of enduring voice of your own being. And this listening, it's not passive hearing. It's more like a profound, active kind of introspection,
Yeah.
mindfulness,
Yeah.
deep self-connection.
So it's a shift in focus.
It's a fundamental shift, yeah,
Yeah.
where you place your attention. And he has this quote, it's really memorable. Peace is not the absence of noise. It is the presence of you.
Say that again.
Peace is not the absence of noise. It is the presence of you.
Wow.
So it's not about finding a quiet place necessarily. It's about finding yourself right there within the noise. Realizing peace isn't something you go out and get. It's inherently present inside you already.
That's a really powerful idea, finding yourself in the noise. And what seems quite special is how Rawat takes these big, profound ideas and makes them feel so accessible.
Yes, exactly.
How's the book structured to do that? And what's his writing style like? Is it academic or?
No, not academic at all. The structure is, I'd say, brilliantly simple. It's broken into short, easily digestible chapters.
Okay, bite-sized.
Yeah, bite-size is a good word. Each one explores a different facet of personal growth, self-understanding. And his writing style is, well, it's remarkably conversational.
Like he's talking to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He speaks directly to you, the reader. It feels much more like a personal dialogue than, say, reading a lecture.
Right.
It's simple language, but profound meaning. He deliberately avoids jargon, but still gets across these really deep, thought-provoking ideas, and he weaves in personal anecdotes, stories from his travels all over the world. That adds this rich, reflective quality, makes it relatable.
And the tone.
The tone itself is wonderfully compassionate, very non-judgmental, which makes it incredibly accessible. Even if you're totally new to self-help books or spiritual ideas or philosophy, anyone can pick it up.
That sounds really inviting. So, okay, we've gone deep into Hear Yourself. If you had to boil it down, what are the absolute, must-know core takeaways? The things Rawat really wants us to grasp and, maybe more importantly, to feel.
Okay, yeah. There are probably 5 core insights that really capture his message. Each one offers a kind of shift in perspective.
Let's hear them.
First, peace is within you. Now, this isn't maybe a brand new idea for everyone.
Oh, we hear that a lot.
But Rawat really pushes us to genuinely realize it. He's saying peace isn't something you achieve through like hard work or getting something outside yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's something you just unveil because you already possess it.
Unveil, like uncovering something.
Yeah, exactly. Like peeling back the layers that hide this capacity that's already there.
Okay, number one, what's next?
Second, the noise of life can be distracting. He paints a really vivid picture of how distractions, endless media, societal pressures, expectations constantly pull us away from our true selves.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to get lost.
Totally. And his point is that pausing, deliberately turning inward, is basically the only way to reconnect with what genuinely matters to you, not what the world says should matter.
Right. Okay. Third,
the importance of clarity. Rawat emphasizes that it's not just about gathering knowledge, learning more facts, it's about gaining clarity.
clarity. What does he mean by that exactly?
Like seeing things genuinely,
Sure.
perceiving life as it is, free from the assumptions, the fears, the conditioning that usually cloud our judgment and will distort our reality.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Seeing clearly. Got it. Number 4.
Fourth, be present. This might sound a bit obvious, maybe.
Yeah, mindfulness 101.
Kind of, but he really highlights how much of our anxiety, our stress, comes from dwelling on the past or worrying endlessly about the future. He anchors us back to the simple, fundamental truth. Peace and life itself really only happens in the present moment.
It's the only place we actually live.
Exactly. And fifth, which is huge, you are enough.
I like that one.
It's incredibly empowering. The message is, you are inherently complete right now. You don't need to transform into some other better person or get external validation to be okay.
So it's not about fixing yourself.
Not at all. His work is more about helping us recognize and really embrace who we already are in our fullest, most authentic state.
Yeah.
Just as you are.
That ties back nicely to that other quote you mentioned, the journey to peace begins by turning inward, not outward.
Precisely. It all points back inside.
Now, connecting this to the bigger picture, some listeners might hear words like inner silence, truth, self-realization, and wonder about the spiritual aspect.
Yeah.
How does Rawat position his message when it comes to, say, religion?
Yeah, that's a really important distinction to make. While he definitely touches on themes that, resonate with spiritual traditions,
Sure.
things like inner silence, truth, self-realization, the book Hear Yourself is explicitly not religious.
Okay. So no dogma.
No dogma whatsoever. Its tone is universal. That makes it accessible to people of any faith, or no faith at all, because it focuses purely on the shared human experience, the human condition, rather than any specific belief system.
So it's about being human, not about belonging to a group.
Exactly. He's talking about a universal human capacity, not a doctrine. And actually, he underscores this perfectly with another quote. To listen to others, you must first learn to listen to yourself.
That really brings it back to the individual, doesn't it?
It really does. It emphasizes the personal, internal, self-reliant nature of the whole journey he's describing.
Okay, so considering all of that, for someone thinking about picking up this book or just engaging with these ideas, what are the main strengths? What does it do really well? And are there any, nuances or potential caveats people should be aware of?
Sure. Well, the strengths are, I think, pretty significant. It offers deep insights, but they feel accessible. It's not intimidating.
Right.
It provides practical advice or maybe perspectives that you can apply to daily life, but without being overly prescriptive, like do this, then do that.
More guiding principles.
Exactly. Guiding principles. The message feels universally applicable. It encourages self-reflection without ever sounding preachy, which is a fine line to walk.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's genuinely uplifting, empowering. You finish a chapter feeling a bit lighter, maybe.
Okay. And any potential maybe downsides or things to keep in mind?
Well, downsides might be too strong a word, but maybe nuances. For some readers, especially if you're already quite familiar with mindfulness practices or, say, Eastern philosophy, you might find some core concepts feel a bit familiar, like reiterations. Though I'd argue Rawat's unique way of phrasing things often offers a fresh perspective, even on familiar ground.
Okay.
Also, it's worth noting, his approach is very much based on experiential wisdom. While his emphasis on presence and inner calm definitely resonates with, established psychological principles like mindfulness-based stress reduction.
Right, there's overlap there.
Huge overlap.
Yeah.
It offers a sort of universal path to well-being that science is also exploring. But the book itself isn't heavy on scientific studies or psychological jargon. It leans more towards the philosophical, the experiential.
So more heart than head, maybe?
You could say that. And finally, it's more conceptual than a strict how-to guide with like step-by-step exercises. If you're looking for a really rigid program, this offers more of a framework for understanding, a way of seeing.
Got it. So bringing it all together, who would you say this deep dive in Rawat's insights in general are really for? Who would get the most out of this?
Okay, thinking about you, the listener. If you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe stressed out by the constant push and pull of modern life.
Which is probably a lot of us.
Probably most of us, yeah. If you're actively seeking some inner calm or maybe a deeper sense of self-understanding or just, a fresh perspective on what peace even means.
Yeah.
This is absolutely for you.
Okay.
And I'd also say it's highly recommended if you already appreciate authors like Eckhart Tolle or Thich Nhat Hanh.
Similar vein.
Similar vein, yeah. Or just generally if you're exploring mindfulness, meditation, or this whole idea of inner clarity, it fits right in.
So fundamentally, hear yourself serves as this eloquent reminder, doesn't it? That the real power to navigate this noisy world, it lies in our ability to turn inward, finding that quiet, constant center within us.
Precisely. That's the core. Rawat doesn't offer quick fixes. There are no magic external solutions here.
No easy answer.
No easy answers. Instead, he gently guides you back to yourself. The book kind of acts like a mirror, in a way.
A mirror? How so?
Helping you recognize not what you think is missing in your life, but rather what has always been present within you. That inherent potential you have for peace, for clarity, and even for joy. It's already there.
That's a beautiful way to put it, recognizing what's already present. So a final thought for everyone listening. Considering Rawat's insights, how might consciously cultivating the presence of you, as he calls it, how might that actually shift your daily interactions or the decisions you make, especially when you are faced with all that overwhelming noise?
That's a great question to ponder.
Something to think about. And just one final reminder, if this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, Prem Rawat will be speaking live in Dublin, Ireland.
That's right.
On July 27th, 2025. A chance for a direct experience of his message.